Yeah, this ain't about gossip. This ain't about noise. This is about ownership, clarity, strategy, power. Mind your business. Level up, no limits. Stop grinding in it. Start building a vision.
Hello, everybody. Everybody. What is today? Today is a new day, and we are talking about the architecture of choice. How about that? This is the second episode of a 3-part series for Girl Mind Your Business. We're going to talk about the 35,000 choices a day. 35,000 choices a day. How these decisions either build you or they destroy you. And we're back. You're listening to the second episode of the Pinnacle Mindset series on Girl Mind Your Business. And if you just came in with us from wherever, you need to bookmark this link. And I'm serious. Don't sleep on it. Now, I'm Cookie Cage, your host, and if you just joining us for episode 2, I need you to go back to episode 1, and I mean it, because what we're building is a framework for your mind, and each piece is going to just build off the next. So you need the foundation before you can build a house. How about that? But if you were with us for episode 1, you know. What's the question? Did you feel Tiffany's story somewhere in your chest? Did you start to notice that you had some of the same patterns of self-loss, and maybe, just maybe, you started to see that gap between who you were showing up as and who you are capable of being? Now that's awareness. That ain't small. It ain't the beginning of everything. But let's build on it. We talked about the 35,000 choices that you make every day. I mean, every day. I told you at the end of episode 1 that the average human makes 35,000 choices every day. Today, we're going to lighten up that, and I'm going to help you change how you see your daily habits. Now, here's the most thing about those 35,000 choices. They're not really big, dramatic decisions. They're just micro choices. The little ones, the ordinary ones, the ones that don't seem like they weigh much, but they do. You barely notice it. You know why? Because it's quiet. And it really frames up your life. Let me show you what's disconnecting your choices. And I want you to listen. Listen real good. Because you got to recognize yourself in this list. You got to disconnect from that morning phone ritual. Reaching over for your phone before you even think about anything else. Before you brush your teeth, you reaching for that phone. Before you breathe good. Before you decide who you are that day. You got that first moment. You got to see that text. You got to see that post. That's your energy. But that's a choice. Responding to messages from people who consistently drain you is toxic excess. Let me say that again. Responding to messages from people who constantly drain you or disrespect you is toxic access. Every time you pick up that conversation, you choose to let that energy shape your day. That's a choice. That is a choice. That yes that you always say instead of no, that's just agreeing to things that just make your soul want to shrink inside every time. Whew, that commitment is nothing but guilt. I, I don't understand why some people have it. I don't have that gift because I'm just not going to let anybody rain on my parade. But the invitation you accept out of obligation does not have to be fulfilled. You don't have to feel like you just disappointing people if you say no. Every unnecessary yes is a no to yourself, and that's a choice. Whew. Spending time consuming other people's highlights, reels, or whatever, it's not building your own story. Every minute you spend measuring yourself up to whatever they got going on, their background, their scenes, their followers, whatever they got going on. Every minute that you spend doing that, you are choosing self erosion, self construction. You're killing yourself, and that's a choice. You got to shut it down. Take yourself out of the loop, out of the idea before you even pick that phone up. You are dismissing who you are. You don't even give yourself a chance to breathe. You edit your dreams. You do all of that before you even dare to dream big because you comparing yourself to somebody on the internet. Yeah, we want to be known. We want all of this. We want the lights. We want to make sure we with the right circle. For what? Are you happy doing that? This might be the thing that is the most costly of all. Are you doing it for them or you doing it for you? You got to stack the choices. I mean, stack them on top of each other every day. Make sure you're not stealing your moments. Then you got to start building that life that you want. And that is architectural self loss. You got one invisible brick at a time. One, just one little brick. Now, that same principle that you created for self loss, you can create the most powerful, most authentic, and most grounded life with those same 35,000 choices. Just make different ones. different choices. You got to be intentional every morning. Your first 5 minutes, don't scroll. Don't even look at your phone. Don't check in. Don't worry about what the world is doing. What are you doing? Check in with yourself. Just sit for a minute in silence. Drink you some water. Breathe. Set one intention. Just one. Just one. You can write one sentence in your journal on a piece of paper. Whatever it takes for you to write one thing, and you can change your whole day just by doing that one thing. Now, you can do an honest audit of your relationship. Just hold up a minute and ask yourself, does this relationship fill me or drain me? That's what a lot of us don't want to do. You know why? Because you don't want the truth. You just so caught up in whatever it is. What is that? I can't think of his name. You can't handle the truth. You can't. How does this person see me? How does this person really see me? And you know what they say? When a person show you who they are, believe them. Or do they just show up for you when they need something? Or when they want to showcase you in front of somebody else? Are they showing up for you? Protect your energy. And that is not being selfish. I call it self preservation. And that's a choice. You got to show up for yourself. If you say no, just clearly and calmly, without all of the extra church words, it's okay. That does not pull away from your highest self. That's a choice. It's okay to say no. And every time you do it, listen, every time you do it, you choosing yourself. You are choosing the woman that you are becoming over the woman other people want you to stay. Invest in your growth. Before you invest in entertainment or whatever it is, you got to invest in yourself at the level you expect success. That's where so many people go wrong. Oh, I'm just going to do this freebie. I'm going to get this because it's only $27. I'm not going to do the other part. But what if you need the other part to help you grow? Is it because you just wanted the free stuff? Everything free ain't what you need. You got to choose a chapter in your book, choose another chapter, choose another chapter. And by the time you finish with that book, you will have read that full book and you wouldn't have wasted all that time on mindless stuff. You got to challenge yourself. I mean, really challenge yourself. There's a lot of things that I didn't think I'd be doing, but I was like, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. Punchinella. Anyway, your mind is either growing or shrinking. It's growing or shrinking. And it does not have to stay neutral. That's a choice. You can either grow it or shrink it. A lot of people are afraid to get outside of their comfort zone. When I tell you I had to get out and I had to make a choice. And it was really I wanted more than what I had. So I made a decision and it was the best decision I could have made. You just got to take it one step at a time. Write it down, the first line. You ain't got to call nobody. You don't have to ask their soul. If this is what you decide you want to do, just do it. Do it for you. I have a t-shirt and it say, be you, do you, for you. I love that shirt because it keeps me on my toes and helps me remember that I'm doing this for me, nobody else. You got to start your day like you feel like you can climb a mountain, even though you may not be able to walk 10 feet. That's okay. But if your mind tell you you can do it, you can do it. You always got to stay ready. They talk about be ready for all this other stuff. That's just some kind of myth. You'll never fully be ready if you don't start. Every day that you align yourself with whatever you wrote down on that paper, it's just a clear indication that you trust yourself enough and you've decided that you believe in whatever it is and you are worth betting on yourself. It's a choice. Remember, I said we create everything through our choices every day. And we got to stop it right now and be authentic every day. You know, I don't know why people think you can't be happy regardless, no matter what is going on. But I had somebody ask me, because I smile a lot. I had somebody ask me, you are always happy. Every time I turn around, you smiling. Life ain't that good. It's only good if you make it good. I don't let anybody rain on my parade. I create my day every day. And every day is a happy day because I chose it. And I'm not doing it for anybody but me. So the question is, how do you actually break up all of that daily toxic toxicity in your life? How do you just stop acting like you're not important? In real life, in the middle of the day, when everything is just pulling at you, your kids, your husband, your wife, whoever, your work, your boss, whatever it is, stop allowing it to consume your life and your time. All that crap they talking about on social media, half of it is not true, but some people buy into it. I choose motivational stuff. That's what I like to listen to. And we're gonna do a 3-step method that I call the pause, notice, pivot. Write those down. Let me give you a second to write it down. It's called the pause, notice, pivot method. Before you react to anything else, pause every 2 seconds. You can do it in your mind. There's a gap between what stimulates us and what makes us respond. That's the power that we have of our mind. Your phone buzz. Oh, you feel like you gotta grab that phone. You don't have to grab that phone. Somebody make a demand. Okay. Somebody shows up anxious. All right. Pause. Just take a pause. 2 seconds is enough for you to break that autopilot that you feel like, somebody make you mad. You feel like you got to respond. You don't have to respond. 2 seconds can change the entire trajectory for the next 5 minutes. Those 5 minutes can change the entire trajectory of your life, of your day. Just in that pause, then you notice how you felt. Notice what flared up, what pulled you in. Notice whether the choice was connected to your values or disconnected from them. Notice if it's fear or purpose, whatever is driving you. Just notice it. Stop judging yourself. You just collecting all this data. You becoming a scientist of your own patterns. That's kind of self-knowledge and is one of the most powerful things a woman can have. But then there's the pivot. You don't have to overhaul your whole life in that moment. You just have to choose different in that moment. Put that phone down. Take a walk. Write a sentence. Say no. Send a yes to yourself, though, but say no to them. One pivot don't feel like much, but 100 pivots for 100 moments, that's a transformation. That's the architecture of who you are becoming. Let me tell you, run a choice audit on your morning. Just write that down too. Run a choice moment. Write down the first 5 choices you make every morning for 3 days. Just do that for 3 days in a row. And then you align it with whatever you want to do. What is the one thing that you could pivot? And you can start tomorrow. What is the one thing that you can pivot? Just one thing. We're going to take a break, take a commercial break. This episode is brought to you by Black Women's AI Network, where technology meets tenacity and anything is possible. What if the most powerful tool in your business wasn't hustle? It's intelligence. Because here's the truth: women are building beyond what needs to be known. They figured it out. Women figured out how to leverage AI, and Black Women's AI Network exists to make sure you're one of those women. Black Women's AI Network is a digital sanctuary. It's a vibrant and powerful community built right on the crossroads of technology, and it builds a sisterhood specifically for women entrepreneurs who are ready to master artificial intelligence and use it to transform their business into something extraordinary. We're talking real resources, AI tutorials that make sense. Why don't you reach out to Black Women's AI Network today? You'll gain the tools and the technology to thrive in this digital age. Black Women's AI Network, where technology meets tenacity, and anything is possible. Now, I'm so proud of you for sitting with this, because this stuff ain't easy. It ain't comfortable, and it ain't the kind of information you can just scroll past and forget. You're doing the work of a woman who is serious about her life, serious about her growth, serious about building something that is actually genuine. Now, in our next episode, we're going to bring it all together. We named the problem self loss. We understood the mechanism, the architect of choice. Now, we're going to build the practice, the daily, sustainable, life changing practice that ties it together. It's called the space immersion. And it's a single most transformational habit that I have ever added to my life and to the lives of women that I work with. It's not just a morning routine, it's a 75-day challenge. It's a way of being in a relationship with yourself every single day. This will change how you think, how you choose, how you show up every day for yourself. Now, stay with me. Episode 3 is one of you. This is the one that you've been waiting for. And let me tell you, you will step into another you after this. You've been waiting on yourself. So let's go. Thank y'all for joining us. If you like, share, comment. If there's an episode you want to see, send us a comment. We'll be glad to talk about whatever it is that's important to you. This is not just my channel. This is our channel. Because, girl, you gotta mind your own business. Go be great.
CEO mindset, boss moves relentless. Cut the confusion. It's time to get intentional. You've been working overtime, still feel behind. Chasing every trend like it's the finish line. Busy all day, but the profit don't climb. That ain't a hustle issue, it's a strategy sign. Everybody talking, everybody selling. Blueprints, copy paste, but nobody telling. You the power source, you the engine. Clarity first, then scale with intention. No more guesswork, no more doubt, no more building from burnout. You don't need louder, you need a line. Stop working in it, start owning what's mine.